Here I am in the Brandsmart warehouse. I've just paid about $60 for everything. With 3 traveler's checks. It's June 26th. He's quitting. I'm gonna go out and meet him.
Hello, where's the microphone?
Do you have a water bottle you could sell me?
No, you can go buy one. Yeah, I could sell you one, I think. Then I'll just go get another one. How's that sound?
Yeah, because since you're gonna...
Drugs, LSD, heroin, which reminds me I need a quick fix.
Alright. Well, we're now talking through a plastic bag at the tape recorder, and we want to know what it's going to sound like. Okay, stop. Say something.
Say something? What am I supposed to say?
This is the 27th of June, I think, and Grant and I just finished driving all day from Boston, and we've met Jimi now. Jimi and Grant are off making a phone call to Jimmy's parents, and Jimi just gave us a rundown on where he's been and how it's been, and he's also written some notes that I'm going to read to you about the beginning of the trip. First day, June 9th. That's a Tuesday. Walked from number 6 to Lincoln via Concord Ave. The boots hurt a lot. Camped out at Ben Ward's house. Quite a nice old house. Ate dinner with Ben's mother and her fiancé. They both work for DEC as exec types. They seem pretty happy with their jobs. Sort of pleased with themselves. Set up tent. For the first time, no problems. Met Ben's younger brother. He seems more Carthy than Ben. Ben seems very at ease at home. Ben's mother is a stereotypical Jew. Reminds me a little of Aaron's mother and Rob's mother. Second day, June 10th. Slept late, couldn't wear the boots, walked almost to Gleasondale, out routes 117 and 62. Met some farmers, Kirsten, Steve, Gay, and helped them bale hay in exchange for a place to stay. Slept on a bed. Baled 300 bales of hay. Third day, June 11th. Slept late. Gay cooked us breakfast. No boots, very tired. Camped out behind railroad tracks between Berlin and Clinton. Fourth day, June 12th. The ominous day. Claude cut his foot swimming in the Wachusett Reservoir. Had to get 7 stitches. Met nice folks there who helped out. Claude took bus to Worcester. Actually, I didn't take a bus to Worcester. I got a ride from one of those nice folks. Okay, and then in Worcester I got a bus to Boston. I'm going to call Temple Street in a day or so. We are supposed to meet in Jersey. Hopefully Claude will have left lenses and Thomas junk. Pack is now even heavier. Jimmy's carrying the full tent and all the incidental accessories, so his pack has got to be really heavy. Oh, hopefully Claude will have a left lens. Jimi scratched his lens and needs a new one so he can see in the bright sunlight. I wasn't able to get one though because they need the frames for a new lens. So he's gonna have to live with it, or we'll have to find some other way of getting a lens. Shoes feel better. Met this guy Arthur Joseph just west of Clinton. I was sitting by his mailbox resting my feet. He fed me a vegetarian supper and we talked of religion. He's a Seventh-day Adventist. Planned to take Route 62 to 122 north of Quabbin Reservoir. Too bad about Claude. This trip seemed very therapeutic for him. Fifth day. Walked through Sterling to Princeton and beyond. So much uphill. Called Claude from Princeton. He seemed enthusiastic about rejoining me. We'll see. Must straighten out money situation with him. Ate breakfast at Arthur's. The weather is holding clear. I seem to have some skin irritation, poison ivy maybe. We'll find out soon. Send postcard to number 6 from Sterling. May send one to Lou from Bar berry tomorrow. Camp by the roadside next to a stream, shore of the pond. 6th day, had tough time. Okay, 6th day, must be June 6 plus 9, must be June 15th. Had tough time with mosquitoes this morning. Weather is clouding up. It's going to rain soon. Had to get up the tent last night because of the bugs. Went swimming in Ashacomet Pond. Drank a beer with the townie named Steve and his girlfriend. People around here don't seem very mobile. I'm developing a rash on both hands and on my left foot. I think it's poison ivy from Gay's farm. That's when we baled hay. My right ankle is starting to bother me. We'll try the boots tomorrow. Stopped at a stream 1 mile east of Barry. I'm going to go south down Route 32 to Ware. That was mosquito. More towns that way. The towns are turning into short-term goals. Must send postcards tomorrow. So let's see, we're pretty close. We're in the south western corner of Massachusetts now. This is the well, it's been 2 weeks and 1, 2, 3 days. So I guess that's 17 days. 17th day, I believe. And I'm really psyched. I've been vegging out in Boston recovering from my stupid cut. And I really want to get on the trail. Jimmy seems to be really enthusiastic about it. I think he's having fun meeting people and really getting into this outdoor life. He seems to be munching down food like crazy. He's really glad I bought a lot of stuff, a lot of food. So we could probably go for like at least a couple days without having to stop at a store and buy anything. Water seems to be a problem, so I brought an extra canteen because apparently it's hard to get water, and so you need a large carrying capacity. And that's about it. Okay, Dr. Demento. You have some words for us? What do I do to this? Oh, I turned it on already. Yeah, have to come further out of the car. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, this is Grant Speck leaving. I have to go back to Boston. I really like it. Any other good pictures? The wind here.
Is that the
that's a machine, yeah.
You almost forgot it.
No, it's running. I just wanted to get Grant's final word. Alright, that's the sound of the machine that did all the work that took Jimmy 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 3 days. As he drives off into the woods.
Is it on?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. We walked out Concord Ave to Route 126 to Lincoln, stayed at Ben's house in his backyard, talked to his old lady and her boyfriend.
Is she Jewish, really? You think so?
She sure looks Jewish. And
okay.
That was pretty fucked up. And then we went down 117 to Stowe and down 62 and stayed at Gay's farm. Caught poison ivy there, baling hay. Munched out. Okay, walked through Gleasondale up towards Clinton. We didn't get very far, and we crashed in the railroad tracks. And then we walked from the tracks to Clinton, or just before, down by the Wachusett Reservoir, where Claude cut his foot.
There's a picture of that.
Then, yeah.
Just before.
Then we, I have pictures of the reservoir. And then we walked, then I walked up towards Sterling, about halfway, and I met this Seventh-day Adventist Christian guy who fed me dinner, gave me a place to stay, and gave me breakfast, and wanted to give me lunch, but I didn't take lunch. Stayed in his daughter's bed. She was in England. And well, I was pretty refreshed that day, and I walked. It was pretty hot. I walked through Sterling, through Princeton, stayed outside of Princeton. I don't really remember exactly that night too much. Called Claude in Princeton, I remember that. That was the first time I called. And then I went out to this pond, Asnakame Pond, okay, still on Route 62, and guy went swimming there and drank a beer with this guy and talked about Harleys and stuff. And then I walked a little bit further to Barry. Stayed at a flop house in Barry called the Barry Guest House. Got pictures of that. Listened to the band play during the night. It was pretty fun. Ate ice cream. All the townspeople were there. And the next day I walked all the way down 32 South below the reservoir, almost to where. That was like walking 100 years ago. It's like things haven't changed much through there. Stayed on the railroad tracks outside of Ware next to this little pond. Next day, walking down the tracks, I met this guy coming at me with a rifle. Kind of freaked me out, but he was shooting woodchucks. So I walked through Ware, walked around the Quabbin Reservoir Park, got some pictures of that. Got kind of
Grant's back.
kind of lost around there. Walked around the park, stayed by the reservation there. Got had to hide in the camouflage myself, because you can't stay in the reservation because they have planes that check you out. Next day I walked up through Dwight, through Amherst, talked to a bunch of townies in Amherst. They're pretty cool. Stayed in Hadley, tried to walk from Amherst through Northampton, but it was too far and there wasn't any place to stay, so I stayed in Hadley behind this barn out in the open. Got really cold. It's really flat from Amherst to Northampton. So then I walked from Hadley through Northampton, Smith College, stayed there for a little while. It's a nice campus, got some pictures. Walked up towards Williamsburg, slept by the river. Rained the next day, spent most of the day under the tarp. Left that afternoon, walked up towards Goshen, stayed off the highway. Felt kind of sick. It was pretty cold that whole day. Then I walked through Goshen, up through Cummington. I don't remember. I stayed someplace around Cummington on the river again. Yeah, I remember. I stayed on the river up by Cummington. And then I walked through Cummington, through West Cummington to Windsor. Okay, that was a long walk. Met a guy from New York on a bicycle up in Windsor. That was all uphill. And downhill for 7 miles into Dalton. Stayed there that night in a motel. Hung out to Dalton Carnival with a bunch of, oh God, there was a bunch of 17-year-old girls. Oh, they were great. From there I got on the trail. Met a bunch of juvenile delinquents on a homeward bound, outward bound type program. They were pretty nice and their instructor was pretty cool, and so I stayed at the Mount Wilcox. No, not Mount Wilcox. Let's see. Which trail? Stayed at this lean-to called, oh, it's down by Washington, the Washington lean-to. Then walked the next day down over Bald Top, lost the trail, found it again on Tyne Road. Okay, walked across Route 20, across the expressway to Upper Goose Pond. Stayed there, went swimming. Got sniffed by a bear or something that night. It was pretty scary. Saw some deer the next morning. I didn't have any water. There wasn't any fresh water there. I didn't take pond water because there were some motorboats in it. So I walked to the town Tyringham, and I figured there'd be water there and a store. Turned out there wasn't any store. It was really hot. I was bummed out. I said, fuck, I'll just keep going. So I went from Tyringham over Mount Wilcox. It got pretty dark. I came down Mount Wilcox in the dark and stayed at Benedict Pond. That was really nice. There wasn't much water all through this trail here. I kept running out. Water was a big constraint. So then I walked from Benedict Pond out to Highway 23, walked Highway 23 to Great Barrington. It was really hot that day, 88 degrees at 5 o'clock. Met this camper and his kid, and they were just hanging out in Great Barrington waiting for the bus, and talked to them all day. Ate like a sub, pint of ice cream, 2 apple pies, a quart of milk, and 3 nectarines. Felt like shit. Okay, went down that night, walked down Route 7, it got dark, walked on the trail up to Jug End Road. Met the juvenile delinquent group there, and in the morning I knew because they woke me up. I thought it was them, but they woke me up in the morning, so they fed me breakfast. I hung out with them, had breakfast, waited around for Claude. I'd called him in Great Barrington, so he's going to meet me at Jug End Road. And met 2 other hikers, 2 overweight guys came walking on the trail, and they were pretty mellow, and they hung out here all day and talked about computer programming and shit.
Were they programmers?
One of the guys was a programmer. The other guy was a fire protection engineer. Never heard of that. Went to school for it even. So after they left, I just fiddled around, beat my meat until Claude got here. Claude comes riding in with his friend Grant. I thought it was Claude because I could tell his body shape, but he had these weird glasses on. I couldn't recognize him. He had a beard too. That didn't help. So now Claude's here, and well, it's about 200 miles, I'd say, that I walked. About 170 of it by myself. It's pretty interesting. Walk across Massachusetts, yes.
Yeah, okay, well, one question about the film that you sent back.
Right.
Well, you said you fucked it up.
I'm not sure that I took it out of the camera right. I think I did.
Oh.
It came out all right. I turned the thing the wrong way. I had trouble getting it out, remembering all the directions and stuff.
But the film wasn't hanging out when you took it out of the camera.
No,
you didn't open the cover until...
Right.
Okay, then it's all right.
Yeah, I think it should be all right.
Oh, I thought you meant you hadn't mailed it to the right people.
No, I mailed it. Right.
Oh,
Everything came... That was all right. I mailed it in Windsor.
Oh, okay. Where's that?
It's right there.
Right before you got to Dalton, right?
Right.
Okay, that's good.
So that should come in.
Yep,
All
we
right.
have some good pictures of Grant.
Right.
Should be all right.
And we're gonna probably take more notes, write some more notes down. I haven't been writing down too much. I wrote a letter with all of it in it to a girl in the Philippines. So she has a pretty good record of this walk across Massachusetts. So,
Yeah, walk across Massachusetts in itself, man. I mean, that's not bad.
No,
Not many people can say they've done that from Boston to
Pittsfield. Walk to
Pittsfield.
Pittsfield. It's like all the way.
Yep. So, okay.
Okay, this is probably where we're at.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean by Route 7 being up there.
Yeah, it's right along the ridge. This comes off this mountain.
This is the road that we went down, where we saw the trail. See, we came down
That's
like
South
this,
Egremont Road.
and we went there, went back up here, down there, and we went down like this, up here.
This is the road I was talking about that crosses the valley.
Yeah, we went all the way actually, yeah, from here to Bow Wow Road.
Past very obscure trail on Mars. This is where we're at.
has a map?
See, it says that.
It says on right. Past very secure trail on right. Yeah, elbow trail because they're on left. Okay, so we're at 3.12 miles.
From where? From the campsite?
From another. The road turns up on the other.
I mean, from here to there is 3.1, 3.12 miles? Wow. Didn't seem like that far, you know?
I'm surprised. That's gotta be where we are because with the elbow trail on the left. So it should drop that way too. It should cross the trail. Let's see it. Okay, we're on it right.
We
We're
have
on the
to-
trail now. So we go back to the white trail. You see the big trail fork down that way. So that's where we're at. Go easy on the wire. We're here. Yeah, you'll be glad if we don't hit water that we're thirsty now. Well, this Gilded Pond is here. I don't know if there's any water there. See, we came up this really at a really good time. It's still cold now. That was pretty open on this cliffs.
Yep. Every time, well, you could even feel it when we hit a rock. You could see the rock on it. Here it's nice. It should be. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're only, we should hit Gilded Pond, which is probably down a little bit. And then we'll start going up to Mount Everest. So we're not even going to need water here. Yeah, we've got water. Let's see. It'd be nice to get here that night.
Border?
Let's see.
There's my footprint.
Yeah, we've been cooking a lot. Get up there. That's a C80 tower. Well, there's one up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you everybody out here.
So we can go down that fall if we want. That'd be a nice place to stop. 5 or something.
Yeah, sounds good. So it's only like 9 miles to the border. I mean, from where we started.
So then we can go Bear Rock Stream. Swampy spot. Probably up by Sage Stream. That'd be quick, be short for a while. Might want to. Maybe we might do the whole bit right up.
Whole
that is the border.
You might go overboard. So these distances are all up and down.
Flat.
I mean, we must be we're like there's this trail, right? So it's gonna go up a little bit. You know, so it goes up and down 400 feet.
On the Pennsylvania map, they have an elevation right
Yeah, it's
opposite
nice.
the. It doesn't look too bad either. You know?
Pennsylvania's supposed to be pretty flat.
Yeah. That's impressive.
So we got cool walk.
Yeah, you can record, conversation. We have a friend out in California, right?
You can,
who's
if you're gonna walk,
this is his machine.
Oh,
And
really?
we're gonna send
that
him all
tower
the,
on that on Everett over there is
tapes
open.
every few weeks.
You can climb the tower.
Yeah, you have to shinny up.
So
I
you're
think,
all
the first,
doing it
first,
the whole way?
right? We were
No,
up there.
It's supposed
No,
to be
just
closed to
Jimmy
the
and
public.
I.
They put a gate around it, but they,
Yeah.
you know,
The
they knocked
gate's
off
open. Gate.
Don
Someone
and-
broke
the
the
gate.
gate.
Well, the fence was
Fred.
knocked over.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
nice
they're
up
not,
there.
They're just weekend. We're unemployed, you see. We can afford it.
Yeah, we're living off
You're
the
living
bank
off the
account.
land, huh?
Yeah, well, off the bank account, off the traveler's checks.
Oh, yeah.
We
Well, you
worked
cashed
a
them out
year.
here.
Well, hey, you wanna?
we make smoke signals and they come and they'll cash it for us.
That's great.
Yeah,
You know
so
anyone who's ever done that?
Not anyone personally. I mean, people have done it. People have walked to California.
yeah, there's a
Took this
guy
guy
who
5 years.
yeah, the National Geographic articles.
Yeah.
There too.
But he left without any money. Basically with nothing. He had this dog to feed that he had to feed Alpo every day. His
It'd be
huge
heavy to
mutt,
carry,
right?
too.
This dog was
No, it was true.
yeah, but it made it all the way down to the
Yeah.
to Georgia.
What happened?
The farm in Georgia. It got run over by a truck.
He ran it over. He ran it
No,
over.
He was
on
in
the truck that ran over it.
Oh.
Like he was running, he hopped on the truck and the dog.
Someone
Cut
at
over.
work bought me the book, so I sat at work one day and read the book. Low motivation, Boss comes in and say, "Hey, this is a good book. You should read it sometime."
Oh, there's a book, or is it a...
He wrote a book, but he wrote it. The book only goes as far as when he's in Colorado, like in Wyoming. I think he's in the mountains. He got married, and they spent the winter in the mountains.
Oh, he met someone on the trail and got married?
Well,
he
in
met
New
this
Orleans,
woman
he was working
in
there to make
Louisiana.
money.
She was driving a truck.
And then she finished it with...
Yeah, and she walked us away. She
Now he's got to feed a wife.
It's pretty funny how they got married.
Eat elbow.
She was a real Christian, so they had to go. She didn't know whether she should do it, like go off with this guy, and so they go to church. She's looking for a sign, and something happened. Like the preacher says, "Will you take this man? Will you take this man?" Like, and he's talking away, and then that's the sign. And then she walked the rest of it.
Got corn.
Long.
She walked the rest
Well, hell, it's
Yeah,
further
the
from
last
Louisiana
mile,
to San
apparently,
Francisco than it
Like
is.
you
They
know,
went
the-
to Oregon. They went.
Yeah, and then the last mile they walked to the ocean. They had all these people who had,
Walking
who had like met them, who he had met along the way.
Right.
They all flew there or whatever.
But he
Walked the
went
last mile.
way down to Louisiana, and he went down to Texas, and he was working on an oil rig. He did
Hey,
a
we'll
lot
read
of
your
stuff.
article when you...
Yeah, when we do it. Well, I kind of like to do it with it sort of
Direct.
quicker, like in less
Yeah,
than a
because
year.
you go across the Great Plains.
Somehow.
Meditation,
South. Your God's like nuts.
Well, I walked out here from Boston by myself, pretty much, and it was
It's by car.
sure is.
Guy used to walk across the coast.
Yeah, well, a car though is different. When you're walking, you're so tired you don't get bored.
Like say paths
It's kind of a different story.
in the Midwest.
They have what?
Paths.
Paths? No, I walked across Massachusetts on the roads, on the side of the
But there
highway.
are trails. I mean, through the Midwest. Like, there's the Santa Fe Trail. I don't know.
I can't remember.
You can walk
That'd
on
be
that.
fun.
That's
Do
not
the
really.
thing with, like,
That's
the
the
pine-
desert.
Yeah, it's a desert though.
That's cool. I would
You
mind
should
that.
do with the pioneers.
What's
Yeah.
Pi Beta Phi?
I don't know. Ask her.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Sorority.
At Wellesley?
No.
It's not at Wellesley. It has
No.
sororities.
There are.
Tulane.
They're like these clubs.
There's
They're
Tizzy and
Used to wear like the
Shakespeare Club or something.
yeah.
Those are
Tizzy
clubs, but they're
and-
not really.
Oh yeah, they don't live in them.
They're not really clubs. They're just kind of stupid organizations.
Right, I've heard of those.
They have little houses like.
ZA.
ZA, right.
Yeah.
So you go to Tulane or?
Well, yeah, I graduated from Tulane.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm finished.
Now you have to do something, right?
Well, actually, I'm working.
Right. Yeah.
So,
It's not as much fun as going to school.
God, it sure isn't. Ugh.
What do you do?
I work in New York.
City?
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Doing what?
A place called European American Bank,
Uh-huh.
which is a shareholder bank.
So you work for a bank.
European American. Do they advertise on television?
Yes. I've seen the advertisements once, I think. We've gone into a big advertising thing. Yeah, and they're really...
Like-
What are their ads about?
I mean, they want you as a deposit or something.
Yeah.